Welcome back to Birth Me Code, and we're starting off right in the flowchart here because in the time between recording the last video and this one, I was actually going back and mucking around with the puzzles. A thing that a good friend who also got the game told me was that here you'll know you got the bonus condition for the puzzle when the puzzle icon turns from this green to the cool S. So I went back and got a few of these. This one I know I struggled with on camera trying to figure it out, as it just felt like I knew what it was, but I didn't know the proper order. And the condition was you imprison within me around the edges. But to make up the interior, you go horizontally, and you have to actually review all of Pandora's dialogue up to this point, introducing everyone. As she mentions them in a specific order in-game, and that's the order that you need to arrange them in to get the bonus S. This one was the sort one, I believe. Where we sorted them into groups by last digit, ordered those groups, and then ordered them within those groups. That was the solution. The bonus hint to that one was by 1, by 2, by 3. At the time I thought it was just how you're moving stuff around, but no. Never by 0. What could you never do by 0? You could never divide by 0. So, instead you're arranging the groups by only divisible by 1, stuff that's divisible by 2, stuff that's divisible by 3, and then ordering them. That's a valid solution. That gets you the extra condition. This one was on our current route. Spell valid words around clockwise. And I think I was looking back at the video where I did this one, and it was literally a case of valid words around circles the whole board. So that probably would have been the valid base answer on its own, but going the whole way with clockwise gave me the bonus condition for that puzzle. And this one was the sort of E equals MC squared, where I didn't really understand how the other side came out of it, but the other side actually comes out of you arrange Roman numerals on the other side. So you do x minus v equals 5. In Roman numerals, that equation works. So this in the bonus solution, the goal is to make essentially balancing equations. Now the bonus solution, you have to treat all the letters as their numerical value in the alphabet. So that one was way trickier. I might go back and do a video about all the bonus solutions down the line. But for now, we're loaded up. And we have a room to finish. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what we have. We don't have anything so far. Took a search elsewhere. Let's start out by talking. Avaricia, this better be important. About the bombs. Remember what me said, right? About surrendering our right to live? Yes. I already have my idea on how it'll end after these 6 hours. We're looking for a terrorist, right? As far as we know, only Wing A and the Crossroads are still standing, meaning bombs destroyed the other wings. The prospects of being killed like that aren't too interesting, but there's possibly a way out if it ends up happening. What do you mean? If you hide as far as you can from it, then maybe it won't get you. Oh, we tried that at Virtue's Last Reward. It didn't go well. How strong of an explosive it is, I wonder. It's probably not antimatter. I'm not actually sure how strong the blast would be. It's not like I really could test it or anything. Yeah, true. But it's also possible Pandora saw it to make sure they would use explosives strong enough to reach across the entire school. I guess it doesn't need to reach too far either, if bombs really destroyed 3 wings already. I'm also betting on the fact that Pandora found the bomb that didn't destroy Wing A. Maybe that's the one they used. Whoever the terrorist is, they didn't do a really good job at it. If it's one of us, that means they were probably young. So I guess they could have screwed up, yeah. Oh, even older people can screw up, trust me. One thing's for certain, though. I have nothing to do with it. I mainly teach low-grade psychology. I don't have 1 ounce of knowledge about anything related to bombs and explosions. I think we need a motive of some sort to pin it to anybody anyway. We'll get a name, but the name means nothing. That's what you mean. I agree. Even if we figure out who it is, what does it matter? What is the purpose of all this? So many questions, so little answers. Makes me feel so incompetent. Avrisha sighed, clearly a fair deal annoyed by that fact. We should focus on the search unless you have something else to say. Any ideas? Any ideas how to proceed? Clearly we have to search these rooms and comb them over. I already searched the cabinets and drawers underneath the television, but nothing. Found a remote but had no batteries, and the television definitely isn't in any working state. There's not even anywhere to plug it in either. What a scam. Are you saying you wanted to watch TV here? Just for 1 minute or two. And Cora decided this line of inquiry wasn't proving to be very helpful. We should focus on this search unless you have something else to say. Let's do a bit more searching first. I'm out of topics right now. I'll be around here. See ya. So, couch. This couch looks pretty damn comfortable. You're not wrong. I'd say its comfort level is perhaps 5. What's a comfort level got to do with anything? The comfort level is supremely important. Say, when you go buy a couch, you want it to be really comfortable, so you'll test it out. At least that's what I've been told by a man who looked like he worked at a circus. What? But you didn't even sit on this one. And then, after you sit on it like this, Avrisha sat on the couch. She shifted side to side a little, clearly distraught about something. Wait a minute. This couch isn't comfortable at all. This isn't a couch. Oh. She stood back up and reached for the armrest. After grabbing it, she lifted the side of the couch like it was nothing. It's fake. It's made of plastic. It just looks good. Oh, something fell out when you lifted it. What's the piece of paper? It says... Bill Quill Vril Trill. What? I guess you better put that aside. It was added to the rest of their inventory. Okay. Couch. There's nothing else here, and this couch is fake. I wish I could sit down comfortably somewhere. You know, this couch. It looks really good. Beyond annoyed that this is a fake couch. Whoa, calm down. It's just a couch. Let's search elsewhere. Yeah, our trust is not looking well. Look. Let not your nubile digits dirty an iota of the contained refreshment disseminated across these sacred grounds. I'll touch the bottles if I want, and you can't stop me. Look at me, I'm touching all the bottles. Cease, or there will be dire consequences. Who are you, my mom? In defiance of Gula's demand, and Cora grabbed a nearby wine bottle. A A long inhale escaped from the cow-themed girl's helmet, which had its sides held by the girl's hands in her state of utter horror. Sacrilegious! Heathen! Your spirit shall burn everlasting in the twisting abyss for this trespassing! Calm down, it's not even alcohol. This bottle just has water in it. At any rate, the only finding here currently worth noting is the luck upon the upper area of the front of this beverage-laden surface. My investigation within these premises has not reached its conclusion just yet. Pray return at a later point. Well, let's return. Bequeath upon me enough time to bring my search to a satisfying conclusion. There are many bottles situated upon the altar of sanctity, and each merits investigating. Altar of sanctity. What's this a poster of? It's like a giant eye, but there's nothing written on it. It's kind of creepy, honestly. I am not any more certain than you on this one, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, and as you may have surmised, I very only seldom attend such shows. A show? So you do know more about it? I guess, nothing more. I believe I may have heard of it. It is an illusionist, yet the name eludes me. I very much doubt it bears any impact on our findings within this enclosed environment. Fair. And Cora watched the poster for a while. It really was creepy. Nothing came out of it, though, except for the fact that the more she looked at it, the more she remembered something pertaining to it. It was a man. She could hardly distinguish any features or even a name. What else can we look at here? Trash can. Oh, not another bin. Apologies, got interrupted there. Another bin. At least Bia isn't here this time. Pray explain yourself. Oh, nothing. Just, she blew a fuss about having to search that. I'm not squeamish about getting my hands dirty. She gave a wave in the air as if dismissing the thought of that girl. She laboriously investigated the contents of the bin to no avail. And there wasn't anything inside at all. Why did she get mad again? Oh, it was because of Viddy, I think. It's been so long, it feels like a lifetime ago by now, even though it's really just been a few hours. Wait, one singular second. The girl lifted the bin, and underneath was a purple key. She swiped it with energy. Aha! My unmatched sense of observation told me there might be some hitherto undiscovered aid or exploration underneath it. Well, that's good. Gula put the key on the table, leaving it for others to decide what to do with it. There's a door there. Books. I didn't find anything good in the bookshelves within my first room, but maybe this time it'll be different. After a few seconds, it was clear she wouldn't find anything new in there. It didn't help that she couldn't reach the highest shelf either. How much longer do I have to endure this? I don't know. Talking to yourself? No, not really, sorry. There's nothing in the bookshelves. Are you sure? Or are you simply too short to reach the higher ledges? She gave a cursory look over it, and then she grabbed something out from behind a few books. Always make sure you comb it entirely and ask for help if you can't reach. Oh, and Cora ignored that for the most part, and instead focused on the object. It's a box with colored faces. 6 faces, and they all have a lock in them. I guess we have to find 6 keys for it. That's a lot. But it seems to contain a bunch of things, too, so I think what's in here might be our key out of here. Shaking it a little, she nodded. Meanwhile, Ancora was wishing the first vote would have gotten her, after that awful pun. I think there's one of those ornate keys in here. And a few me cards, too, judging by the noise. Our key out of here, but either that or other stuff. It all looks really solid, so I don't think we can break it. Sounds good to me. I guess we found what we're looking for now. 6 keys. Why the number 6 again? Why not? Quiet, you. That's the door we just came in from earlier. Quite astute. I'm glad you joined our team. This comment saved us whole minutes of search. Listen, lady. Oh, don't be like that. There's no purpose to checking the door. At any rate, let us supply ourselves of the vast loot in this room contains, rather than wasting our short allotted time like this. No, fuck you. That's the door we just came from earlier. Oh, okay. Okay, darn, no door secrets. Let's go in here. Open Sesame. Actually, the quote goes Sesame. Is it a misheard speech kind of deal and it just says Sesame? No, it comes from French, and Sesame's a name or something like that. Doesn't matter anyway, let's open this door and see what's beyond. The satisfying click, the lock came undone with a perfect fit by the purple key, and Cora threw it behind her without any second thought. Hey, what if we need this again? Averisha, why would one key open 2 locks? Why not? That's silly, come now. Then we can just get it again. It's not like it's gone forever. The group entered this new room, which was a hallway? It led to another door, this time without a lock to undo, and inside was... Oh, a warehouse. Another place with alcohol. Averisha and Gula were already searching through the alleys, following Ancora's words. The latter of the duo was extremely interested by the boxes full of bottles. Gula? She's probably going to sneak out a few of those bottles. Oh, she's going to be surprised when she tries drinking some of them, then they're all empty. Nice little trick. I mean... Hi. Please don't be presumptuous. Do you know anything of those bombs? Which bomb? The one presumably situated at the epicenter of this ruined school? I'm afraid your search is in vain with me. Is that so? Yes, it is so. That is what I said. I do not believe I have stuttered. Something feels off about her. It's like she's found something in this room, but refuses to talk about it. Despite the clear indication that Gula knew more than she let on, and Cora decided to drop this line of inquiry. Gula wasn't going to talk about it on her own. Situating ourselves into an investigating mindset is more valuable than idle chatter. What do you think we have to do here? We clearly and definitely must figure out a name, yet I find myself at a loss as to what that could be. However, what is clear is how we must search every possible nook and cranny. I don't know how much help I could be here. I may talk nice, but I don't know anything about this name, so... She might be flustered because she's not found much yet. I guess that's cute. I did notice how her vocabulary drops a few notches when she panics a little. Nonetheless, I have the utmost trust we'll figure it out soon. Perhaps remain on the lookout for any insightful discovery pertaining to letters. I guess if we find that kind of thing, we have to put that together. Situating ourselves into an investigating mind... yes. Bye. You're right, let's go back. At once. Hi. What are you? I'm not tall enough to reach that on my own. We need something like a ladder. Or a stepladder, at least. And Cora? Exactly. Still can't reach this, sorry. There's a piece of paper alongside this fire extinguisher. I can almost see what's written on it. Hello? Let me in? And Cora banged a few times on the window to try to get it to move around. What in the world is this insane cacophony? Can't you simply open the extinguisher's containment area? No, it's locked. Must I accomplish everything? Gula grabbed a nearby crowbar and smashed it into the window of the fire extinguisher. Unfortunately, it soon became apparent it wasn't a real window. It was just a 3D object pushed into the wall that looked like a fire extinguisher case. What? Now that it was dislodged, and Cora could pull it out. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Just a solid block of plastic and metal. What's inside isn't even real either. The same can be said for this tool as well. It is absolutely insubstantial. Behind this block is written... En cas d'urgence, boister la vitre. I happen to be knowledgeable of French, and that sentence is mistaken on a grammatical level. Or perhaps it is simply an error in typography. Poser should be brisser. So it's important then. Oh. She pulled out something from the rectangular hole left behind. And we have an orange key here, too. She put the block back where it was, reminding herself about this Boissier business. The key went with their stuff. Right, this thing said Boissier, and that was the word. And that was the word that had a typo. I still wonder how it's going to work with this room. Of course, I already know for a fact how it all works. Can't help but talk aloud, though. Rejoice! I've unveiled the presence of a metallic locked crate here. Gula omitted the part where she had been pointlessly examining the bottles on the ground, given that they were all empty, or that she seemed rather sad at that fact. But the lock is golden. We haven't found a golden key yet, have we? Judging by Ancora and Gula's shared shake of their heads, it wasn't the case. They still had to find a key to open this crate, which couldn't be moved off the shelves as it was bolted down onto them. We need a gold key. Okay. Container, much like unrequited love, shall remain out of our reach. Perhaps forever. Until you get the key, which is not like unrequited love, because I don't plan to die here, waiting until forever passes. Fair. Looking at more boxes, huh? I gotta double-check everything to make sure we didn't forget anything. Shortly after, Ancora exclaimed in surprise when she found something between two boxes. Oh, look, it's a green key! I knew there was something in the air. So does Pandora expect us all to search every single box here? That's kind of... a little much. Well, I guess we have a fair amount of time left anyway. Without too much of a fuss, Avarisha searched through the area while accompanied of Ancora, but the two of them didn't find anything else worthwhile within this stack. Nothing else within this stack of boxes. The items are scattered around, not all in the same spot. Those sure are a lot of boxes. What do you think they contain? I'm not sure. Normally this is what you call a cellarage. It contains wine bottles and it's generally refrigerated due to the temperature the bottles must be kept at. But it's not any colder here? Correct, it's not any colder. I'm not exactly sure why. It also does not look like an actual wine cellarage anymore. Or perhaps it was never meant to do so. Well, let's open one of these boxes. Try she might, and Ancora was unable to open them. No matter which one she tried to tug open, they were all heavily sealed. Should you lift one, it is quite clear they contain glass-made containers. Wine bottles, to be precise. It does make me ponder upon the absence of a frigid temperature. While holding a box in her hands, Gula took a step back, looking down to the ground. Within the folded opening panel of this cardboard-made contraption was a metallic object. The group took it. It was a golden key. Is that a yellow key? No, it looks golden. Not exactly yellow. Maybe it can pass for one. Let's keep it in mind and search more of these boxes. Yet nothing else turned up in this section. Oh, that's a ladder. Is that what I think it is? It is precisely one ladder, yes. A plethora of proverbial doors are now open to us. Probably the most useful thing we could find here. Other than the answer to Me's question, at least. I'll carry it over if needed. I know I can reach this, so I'll do it. If you insist. It is quite a great aid to your height. Hey now. The ladder was added to their inventory, kind of. Let's go get this thing. It's kinda high, but... here, there's a ladder. A real ladder, too, not just a step ladder. Does she understand me? Finally, she speaks my language. Reaching to the wheel after climbing the ladder, Avarisha turned it, only to pull on it too hard. Oh! It broken, it took a few seconds for Avarisha to regain her foothold on the ladder. Cora moved forward as if to help, but the woman dismissively waved, already coming back down with the prize. Well, I guess that's that. We've got a wheel. Now we have a wheel. Isn't that dangerous? Leaving that socket empty of the wheel? Dunno. But this wheel actually has markings on the outside. It says, Juste ouvert linguiste ingrat. Can't make heads or tails of what it means. Oh well. Let's bring it with the rest of our stuff anyway. It's clearly a hint. Let's open this box. We have the key for this now. After fiddling with the lock a little, the box unlocked, and then it could be moved, which Gula took advantage of by taking it off the shelves. Oh. Inside were a few wine bottles, and near the bottom was a key. It was a yellow key. The contrast with the golden key was clear. And now our spoils. She uncorked one of the bottles, but it quickly became apparent. What was inside the bottle was not wine. In fact, the bottle had already been opened before. What is all this? And Cora examined it a little more closely. Seems like drugs. Oh! The trio watched in light surprise as they all realized that fact. The box was then subsequently closed and put back where it had been. I mean, wine isn't that far from drugs, is it? It's still a substance that affects your body. Perhaps, but the drugs contained in these bottles, that's a lot. Can you imagine if all the bottles here had drugs in them? Do you even know how expensive this room is? Expensive, huh? How do you know all this is worth a lot? Oh, come on, it's no rocket science. Drugs can go for a lot. That's not a secret. If every bottle here was full of drugs, then we are witnessing a stashed, hidden, illegal fortune, full of nothing but gratuitous larceny. After a few seconds to take it all in, the group went back to their search. We got drugs. So have you found anything here yet? It happens that I have. Upon its presentation, however, you must promise to take no duplicitous action, such as wordlessly taking possession of it. I promise, then. Gula produced a key out of nowhere. It was red. Its location was, Hey! Release my quarry this instant! Sorry, but I have to put it with the rest of our stuff. Consider it confiscated. I'm the older one here. You can't just do this to me like that. Her speech definitely gets worse when she's flustered. Or better, perhaps. Well, we got keys. Just need to find one more key. Just need to figure out what to do with this. And this. Oh, we didn't examine this. That looks way too high for us to be able to reach it. Think there's anything up there that we need to get? I don't think so. But even I can't reach it. Unless we use something else to get up there. After a few attempts, Avarisha managed to sort of rearrange the furniture in order to reach it. With her hand up there, she shook her head. I can't actually reach most of the fan from this angle, but maybe to give a strong push onto one of the blades, sending the whole thing spinning. A thunk echoed from the side. Ouch! Something collided with my cranial armor. Must have fallen off while you both were toying with the ceiling fan. Gula exposed the object to the two other girls by lobbing it back at them in a quiet show of fury. Avarisha caught it, showing it to Ancora momentarily. More keys? I'm already getting sick of them. Either way, that's one more we have now. Alright. After a little effort to use all of the 6 keys on the box, the group opened it. Oh, inside the box was a piece of paper. Unfolding it revealed a much larger diagram containing containing multiple sections. Think that's related to the name we have to give? No doubt about it. Gula didn't seem all too interested by it, instead sitting on the couch and paying little attention. The two other girls focused to try and understand what it meant, but the more they thought, the less sense it made. It seems like this name is in 4 parts. For the first part it says, blank 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 K. I wonder why those underscores are there. Luck? Parentheses? Second part says, plus common 4. Guessing the 2 of those together make one name, since they're on the same line. So the ones below, I have no idea. The third part says, blank 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 yar. And the final one, plus wheel firsts. Just keep it in mind. There's other stuff in this box, and we can come back to the paper at any point. Cora pulled out 2 me cards next. Afrisha took one while Gula snagged the other. Hey! Gula simply shrugged. It is, as we say, shotgunned. Perhaps it is karma, or payback. It does not matter, regardless. There is a key you are entirely free to obtain. She was right. In the box was yet another thing. It was an old ornate key, much like the one Cora already found before. The tooth was shaped like the letter L. Now we have to give our answer. Decidedly, she wasn't too happy about having to do it. Normally one would be eager to leave, but it is clear that due to the way this is set up, if you don't get it right, you die. So maybe she's just stressed because she might have to say it, being the older figure. Here I thought she loved lording her age over the rest of us. Granted, she did say she didn't want to be treated any differently before. When you get an idea, let's gather at the door to make our exit. Alright. Bill Creel, ILE. So the first name is Lucille. Wheel firsts, Joli. Boys. Okay. That's why you have the L-U-C-K. L-U-C, Lucy. L-U-C starts the name. Common for the 4 letters in common here. I-L-L-E. L-U-C-I-L-L-E. Lucille. Blank, blank, blank. So the wheel firsts, Joli. Which means the other thing comes from here. B-O-I-S. That feels weird. B-O-I-S-E-R. Boys Jolie? I mean, let's try it. So you have an idea. There's actually no time to waste. We're not at the time limit yet. We have a vote to do, talks to share, and also we need to try to figure out how to buy some time. Cora stepped forward with her mind already set. The 2 of the others stopped all their actions and simply stared as the shorter girl inhaled deeply, readying herself. Let me out! The terrorist is... Papers might help. Lucille. J-O-L-I. I'm remembering, I think that was the one that Gula said the word was spelled wrong. I think I'm going to put in the wrong version of this, B-O-I-S. Not exactly. Oh, I got this. I'm putting them in fucking backwards. I'm dumb. B-O-I-S. Boys Jolie. The door unlocked. Everyone released a breath they most likely didn't realize they held before. After that, a shaky laughter came from Averisha. Well, that's not my name. I don't care about who the terrorist is either, personally. Let's just go. She was the first one out, clutching her me card. And Cora looked as she left, expecting Gula to take the steps to go too, but she'd frozen in place. Hey, Gula. The door's open, let's go. Ah, yes, that is correct. Very well. Gula left without adding any other words. Finally, the blonde girl followed behind them. A lot cleaner of an exit than last time, that's for sure. Method. The group of three women emerged into the familiar hallway. There was nothing new about this place, so they all waited around, thinking the other groups would come out. After a few minutes elapsed, it was clear none of that was going to happen just yet. They had escaped rather quickly, after all. I propose we gather at the crossroads instead of this location. You can go if you want, but someone needs to stay here to tell them about it. The older woman made a dismissive motion of her hand. Fair? Gula waved and left in a little bit of a hurry to get away from the two others. Do you know that name, Gula? Is that your name? And Cora stared, slightly puzzled at that behavior, before turning her attention to Averisha. She's acting really strangely. It's almost suspicious. Like she figured something out and we haven't yet. She really has. Anyway, you'll stay here then? Yes. You can go too if you want. You have a me card to find, right? Just go. And Cora solemnly nodded and left Averisha's entourage too. Her steps brought her towards the room Superbia and Tristitia shared. She had a thought of glancing inside to check up on their progress, but it was impossible. There was that metal plate over the door's window. Not only is this a search for a missing me card, it's also a search for someone to kill off somehow. It would have been so much easier to let someone else try to answer the question. Doing it first was so stupid. Instead of kicking herself over it, and Cora wandered further into the hallway. After the bend around the corner, she arrived at a dead end. On one side was a wall of plates, much like the ones that blocked half of the larger room at the bend. That was the back wall of the first hallway, the one they all emerged in from their triple classroom earlier. In the corner was a door. Above it, a sign read exit, but naturally it wouldn't work. First of all, this door was locked, but it led to a staircase that could normally access the second floor. And it has an emergency exit, but it's locked, like everything else. Leaving there is impossible right now. And Cora decided to head back to the others. She hadn't found a me card in this corner, but there was one past that door. It just wasn't time to open it yet.
On the way back, making sure all classrooms were well and truly locked, she tried the L key to no avail. They might be mostly empty. Some of them have stuff in them. Like me cards. They're an extra step to force people to split up while outside the rooms. And Cora almost made it back to Avarisha, but her trajectory was intercepted by Tristitia leaving his room. Hey, Cora. You guys made it out first. You work hard. Yeah, thanks. I think we just got a little lucky. Well, we didn't. I don't know how to say it, so I'll just say it when we all group back together, I guess. We're going to the crossroads after we've all left our rooms. Maybe you want to head there now? Avarisha closed the distance, seeing as the two of them had been talking without her. That's right. I'm keeping guard here so everyone knows about it. But since Cora's been looking for her me card, she's bumped into you first. Makes sense. Oh yeah, we had one extra, Cora. Here. Justicia handed over a me card to Cora, who pocketed it without hiding her surprise. An extra card? Yeah. I'll meet you at the crossroads. Something's wrong. I've been having my doubts ever since he came out of the room, but there's something there that's definitely wrong. Without any other words, Justicia made his way back through the hallway, and Cora cast a glance toward the door he'd come out of. She hadn't been quick enough to look at the situation in the room. I guess it's important. I got my me card now, so... Yeah, go for it. I'll wait for the groups here a little longer. Bia, Vidya, and Lux still need to come out. Did Lux die? With a wave, she saw Ancora off. The blonde girl didn't need to be told twice. Her steps took her away from the older woman's almost immediately. But she didn't go all the way back. She waited close by, around the corner. Something nagged at her, something really bad. The same kind of feeling when you think something is definitely amiss. She just wanted confirmation. A few minutes later, Ancora heard the door to Nvidia and Luxuria's room close. She leaned forward a little after making sure nobody noticed she was eavesdropping. But that wasn't too bad, and honestly, I'm not surprised. It's like the answer was just there. Ancora missed the part where they said what the answer to their room was. Bia still hasn't come out of her room, but the rest are in the crossroads. Really? Bia's still there? What about Trist? Oh, Bia went with Trist. Oh shit. Oh no. He left a while ago. Oh no. He's already gone to the shotguns, if I had to guess. We do have a vote coming in very soon. The timer on Ancora's helmet indicated the vote was in barely 10 minutes. But, well, I guess this is a worry right now. Even if... maybe I shouldn't be too sad about it. What do you mean? What's... sad? Look at your timer. A small pause followed. Silence from everyone involved. The timer reset? Yes, our vote's in 10 minutes flat. Oh. Remember what me said? We only have 39 minutes to escape these rooms, right? Yeah. So... oh! Oh no. The small girl realized it. After a moment, it struck Ancora, too. Superbia! She didn't come out at all. And the timer's over now. She's dead! It seemed like such an abrupt end for her. Yet even with her dead, something still bothered Ancora somehow. You know, it's kind of weird. This means we have another hour, right? But even so, I feel like I don't feel sad or anything. I don't feel anything about it. Bia was also not the nicest person, I think. Well, it's desolating at any rate. But we can't do anything about it now. We do have an additional hour, so we can spend quite a lot of time thinking about how the votes will go. If only we could also confirm that she's dead. I didn't see her coming out, but she could have come out way earlier, before Trist. And he wouldn't have left the room? No, I don't think so. You said you stood guard here the whole time, right? And no one came out? No one. Then she's dead. Let's go. And Cora heard footsteps coming in, so she hurried away. Thankfully, her own boots weren't noisy if she was careful, even on solid flooring. She joined up with Gula and Tristitia. The two of them had been talking. When she arrived, the conversation ended. Judging by Gula's body language, and Cora guessed she was happy it was over. The others are coming. Alright, then I'll say what I wanted to say earlier to you two first. I realized this a little bit ago. We're 9 people in total here. Well, it so happens that there's a thing in psychology called the Enneagram of Personality. The Enneagram supposedly classifies everyone into a main personality type, even if everyone takes from everyone else. If you can deduce who's what, we'll have an easier time determining who to vote for. Oh. Pray tell, which personality would you proclaim you belong to? You know of it too? Slightly. In my youth, I perused the dictionary an astounding lot. Really? Well, I'd probably be the peacemaker type, which is the 9th type. The peacemaker? That's quite a stretch if you asked me. No, it's the only one that makes sense. I started categorizing us into the types, and before I could say any more, the others caught up with the 3 who had gathered for the vote. His theory is sound anyway. We're 9, and all of us correspond to a type or another. Maybe this makes me the investigator, also known as the observer type, then. The next minutes, Tristitia explained what he was thinking about to the new arrivals, too. Oh, also Sophie is dead. Anyways, after Tristitia was done, the group came together to decide on what was the next course of action. Hold up, first we have something to say that's very important. We also came to a conclusion regarding something earlier. Oh, that. She shivered apprehensively, waiting for the verdict to fall. It was clear what the subject was, even though we're not meant to know yet. But there's been some eavesdropping going on. Yeah, well, Trist. Bia didn't come out of your room, did she? That is correct. She did not come out of the room. Why is that? I don't need to explain my thinking, but I guess I can humor you. A slightly overweight boy began pacing around a little, somewhat nervously, but also strangely confidently. Earlier I spoke about the Enneagram. Well, I only told you what I categorized myself under. Eh? I'm pretty sure I'm spot on with Bia's categorization. And that's why I made sure she died. Oh, what? Well. That doesn't make any sense. She was a huge bitch to everyone, but how could you do that? What's her personality type? I'm not sure I should say. There's more to each personality type than just the name. From what I found out in the room I explored with her, there's a very good reason related to her past. Trust me. Obviously, the group didn't exactly know what was up with Superbia's past, or her situation in general. In fact, it didn't seem like anyone really had any memories of any time before they woke up. If I told you what it was, you wouldn't believe me because it didn't fit. Because when it's stressed, her type can grow prideful. Not only was she stressed, if I had to guess, lording over others is nothing new to her. Remember how she treated Ira? The thought of the boy had slipped from everyone's minds. At that point, Ancora looked around. The body was gone. It wasn't in the crossroads anymore. He has a good point about Ira. However, why is the body gone? It doesn't make any sense. So she was misusing her personality type. She became the corrupted version of it. Oh. My theory is that we're all more or less the corrupted version of our type. Which brings us to this dilemma. If you had to pick somebody to die right now, among all of us, excluding me, who would it be? I'm excluding myself from the equation because I'm the peacemaker, of course. The group looked at each other for a few moments. It didn't seem like anyone wanted to speak. Perhaps it was the fear of publicly outing someone that was preventing them. Perhaps it was also because they were debating if they wanted to call out the horse on his dishonesty. One who broke the silence was Avaricia. I would probably vote for Lux. Luxuria took her hands up, surprised, almost backing away from that accusation. What? Why? Why me? A feeling, I guess. You have to pick someone, and I'd probably go on that feeling right now. Of course, my mind can change on it. But I didn't do anything. Maybe that's why she has that feeling. By the way, I asked because no matter what you'd pick, you'd be right. We're all here to die. But me only said 6 of us would die. That's correct. That means we already lost 3 members, so we have to kill 3 more. Which personality types are the most dangerous when corrupted, do you think? And Cora had to admit that she didn't know much about the Enneagram of personality beyond just the names. She hadn't gotten to study those things yet. Meanwhile, Justicia seemed to have done a lot of research on the internet. All we have to do is get rid of that trio of most dangerous ones. Oh my god! A revolver was aimed at the others out of nowhere. It was then that the danger of the situation truly dawned on everyone. Justicia had a gun, taken from someplace unknown. Well, that's it then. That's how this ends? He fired it once. Luxuria screamed. He fired it again. And Cora shielded herself with her arms. He fired it a final time. And then there was silence. Silence for 3, while 3 others fell to the ground. And Cora watched the scene happen in what felt like a small eternity. Jesus! First Avaricia's weight brought her to fall. Then Invidia's weight collapsed him to the ground. Jesus! Finally Gula ended up in a heap, never to breathe again. Jesus! Every shot of the gun had cut him square in the heart. What happened? Everything happened so fast. Must be really good with revolvers. Dangerous. Luxuria couldn't even say anything. All she could do was stare. She was staring in pure bewilderment. Or before she'd screamed, now she was saying nothing. Her laughter was broken. The cute voice coming from her helmet spouted such strange laughter. It was going on and on. It was an uncontrollable laughter. People laugh when things are funny. They also laugh when they're anxious or fearful. That's why laughter therapy exists. And the kind of laughter coming from Luxuria was not one made from a good joke. She was laughing because if she wasn't, she'd go completely mad. This is insane, isn't it? Lux! Snap out of it! Cora suddenly grabbed the smaller girl by the shoulders, shaking her slightly. The girl ceased her laughter, and instead the reality of the situation dawned on her again. After a heavy shudder, the girl began to wail instead. No! No! None of this is correct! None of it! Trist! You killed them! Just like that! And I'd do it again in a heartbeat if needed. Speaking of which, you're the one I can't categorize. You can't be a gentle peacemaker. The peacemaker is me. And it's what I'm doing now. I'm making peace. Waved over to the other bodies with an arm while Luxuria hiccuped in apprehension and fear. That's not making peace. She stood up to the overweight boy, even though he had a gun. That's just killing everyone. You're wrong. It's making peace for the few who remain. That's not killing everyone. This is killing everyone. Oh! Okay. Another shot rang out. The victim was clear this time. It was Luxuria. And Cora shuddered and suddenly had a nauseating thought. He's coming. Run. Run before he shoots again. Revolvers have 6 bullets. Assuming he killed Superbia, that's 5 spent. He's still got 1. You just have to stall out 1 bullet. Come on, Ancora. With that thought, nothing happened. It was already too late by that point. And if Ancora turned around to sprint away. Oof. The shot caught her right in the back. Ow. Her body lunged forward and she rolled down the heavy cement stairs. Pain coursed through her. She must have had fractured a bone. Or a few bones. As life slowly escaped her body, she had a thought. That thought became 5, 10, 20. It was as though a voice was talking to her in her final moments. And then she faded. Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. What? Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. Luxuria directives, alphabet and water. What? What? Please. Kill me. What? God damn. God damn. Wow. Inevitably leading to a terrible outcome. Whew. Yikes. What was that ending? What the hell was that ending? I mean, we gotta... Hello, you. What is this? Now, just one. I think we're still locked out of that. So it looks like our
next course of action is actually going to the alternate branch in this first trial. Did that flicker? That's flickering. What is happening with my boy? Gun! What is happening there? Goodness gracious. Yep. That is definitely unlocked now. It looks like that's what we're gonna have to be doing next time. On Birth Me Code. Until then.